Race day, it's tomorrow, Mark. You know that. It's not only a race day, it's the 2021 Britcar Endurance Championship finale, and it's going to be battle royale on the racetrack.
Morning.
How are we?
Good and you? Yeah. You're on camera now.
Fine.
That's it.
Better step back for
In trouble. We will make you famous.
I think after spinning recycled it, it was fine.
Morning, welcome to Donington for the final round of the championship. It's good to see such a good grid. Got over 31 cars for this event, so that's absolutely awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's great we're back racing. We actually haven't raced in anger since June, really, at Silverstone, with the terrible tragedy at Brands Hatch stopping our racing there, and then a big gap until the final round. We've got 10 cars, most cars have ever raced, most R1s have ever raced on a racetrack. There's at least 3 cars can win the championship. There's a 4th car that they're claiming they can win the championship as well with the permutation. So, but the nice thing is it's a combination of new generation factory R1 with Jack and Charlie can win. We've got previous generation R1 that Richard and Tim Gray who's racing with him. They can win, and then a new generation customer R1 with Chippy Westmail Performance and Scenery Performance teams.
So we're currently leading the championship, 8 points ahead. I'd rather be ahead than behind. It's not a big margin, but it does give us that little bit of pressures on them points wise.
And then I think just over 20 points behind us at the moment is Jack Fabi and Charlie Martin, another really quick car this weekend, and then the Bridals are behind that. It really is anyone's game. I've no idea what's going to happen. That's kind of what makes it exciting for me, I think.
Last round of the championship. I think we're a few points off P1 overall in the championship. So, I mean, you can roll the dice at these events and see what happens. So, we just want to try and get a good result today and see if we can get on that, see if we can win the championship, which would be mega.
Yeah, so Alex, he's got his commitments with his European Le Mans this weekend. So Richard asked me to drive it and drafted me in. I'm going to do what I can do. There's the points are what they are. I'm going to drive the race that I can drive, and that's either going to be fast enough or it's not.
I think we're 36 points off the championship lead, but there's 65 points on offer today. So if we have some good luck and other people have bad luck, it throws us straight back into it.
Basically, we just got to go out and we've got to get 2 wins. That's the way I see it in my head. We want to be top step of the podium, both races, and then whatever happens, we know we've done everything we could have done. We know we've done our absolute best.
We'll see how we get on. It's down to going, it's as long as we do our best, that's all I care for. I want to get out of the race car and be happy about my performance. If we win it, we win it. If we don't, okay, good effort, but yeah.
Gordie, why are you messing about on Jimmy's car?
Because this weekend it is also my car. That's right. I shall be racing alongside Jimmy. So yeah, exciting stuff. We'd love to get a podium. I think that's the main goal. Yeah. So see how it goes. Fingers crossed. Hoping for a good result.
So I'm in a different car this weekend. Bit of a switch up due to a deal with Jimmy and Gordie next year, which is absolutely fair enough. I wish them the best of luck. I'm going to be on my own this weekend in the camo car. It's a great car. It's the Generation 4 car, so last year's car. The same version as the one we won the championship in, so it feels like home. So I'm going to give it my all and get as much seat time as possible, which is going to be a lot this weekend because I've got 2 races, both an hour long on my own, so it's going to be a lot of physical strength, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the challenge.
The target from the start, as we said, was we really want to get a podium. We were quite realistic with our expectations. That's yet to happen. So all being well, today the stars align and that happens for us. However, I'm going to be racing the 2 races this afternoon on my own. That's a bit of a unique opportunity in itself. That brings with it some challenges, obviously, because it's a physically hard car to drive, as we well know. So driving it for an hour is going to be tough, but I'm just going to give it my best.
Yeah, so obviously back at testing at Donington, didn't know who I'd be partnering, and now I do know who I'm partnering, and it's myself. So yeah, just me in the car on my own this weekend, which has its pros and cons. Benefits are I get more track time, so testing yesterday we could be a little bit more flexible with what we did setup wise. Downside to it is that it's 5 hours of high intensity driving over 2 days, so I think by tonight it's going to be fairly tiring.
Qualifying is in about an hour. It'll be in similar conditions, so we're all going to be gunning to get up the front, and then we've got 2 races later on, try and repeat Jay's win from earlier in the season. Unfortunately, he missed the test here, which would have been great, but he made up for it in some ways on doing some sim running. We had a day with him on the sim, which was great.
We're here in Cheshire at Tiger Cars, and this is on the same site as the Praga HQ, and we work together with Praga on the engineering side to support them with things like the simulations that we're going to be doing today. Today's exercise is the phase that we call driver in the loop, and we get Ben in, who's last week drove the car around Donington, and we've done all the correlation on the Donington GP circuit, and that's the circuit we'll be using today.
Real life to the virtual, which is what this is. This is a software program that's trying to recreate what we've got in the real world. Is a case of sort of baselining a comparison of performance. So brought this as close as possible, and then if you like, I'm the sort of the one component that's the same from the test that we had in the real car to sit here now and try and bring the two together.
Well, we can see here the red line is the sim data, and the black line is the actual data from Donington just over a week ago. So the correlation is very good. As you can see, the gear shifts are almost to the yard. So the fact that the car drives the way it is on the track and is getting the same cues means that we're getting very good alignment there.
The braking points are identical. So the rhythm of the track and the way it feels, grip level, and down to even to the lap time, it's so similar as to feel like you're there. Learned a lot doing it as well.
I'm sure you don't want to do another 10 then.
I could do another 10. Why are you feeling a little bit peaky? It's going to make you sweat. I recommend take the jumper off before you get in. Time for you to have a go, and I think what Mike said at the beginning is very true. To go quite gently out, because that's normally how we go, isn't it? You go onto a track for the first time and you do go out quite slowly, just get a feel for everything and just get that one lap without on the black stuff.
So now it's good to do it for Donington. Like, I've only been around Donington in the non-turbo Praga.
Actually, braking the right place, but you can just carry a little bit more speed, through.
Yeah.
Possibly being a little bit more aggressive on the curves.
I think the discipline element is essential. So I've used Nintendo Game Boy just to get the discipline of routinely doing the same things and being able to concentrate and stare at, and focus on one thing for a period of time. Sort of challenge yourself to, right, I'm going to drive this thing perfectly, whatever it is, almost.
Yeah, the sim stuff was great with Mike and Ben coaching. Did a day up at the Praga HQ, and for me as well, not knowing the track, it just really comes into its own. I had a good day yesterday at the end of the session, so just trying to build on that and repeat what I did on the last session yesterday and try and build on it really, and forget what's going on around me and just try and drive as best as I can.
Coming here yesterday for the test, sim is great, but it's not a substitute for the real thing. The whole day to him yesterday, and by the last session he had a fantastic run, got the tyres hot, really working, and he had a really good, long, consistent run, doing good times. And I think at that point, the muscle memory of the sim found its way into his rhythm in the real track, which is what you want.
On the front row, don't think I've ever seen clear day before in this series. So,
either way, front row is what we wanted. Would have been nice to have pole position, but still front rows, just so you just keep an eye on the red lights. As soon as they go out, go. I think Tim Grey car will be pretty quick.
Now I'm quite anxious.
We're P1 for the race, which is fantastic. Tim did a fantastic job of, I think what an awesome lap time that was to get that. And I believe they're on P3, which puts them behind us. So, it's all about really getting a really good start, trying to manage the pace a little bit for the first few laps while the temperature's coming inside.
We're third in qualifying after that, with Gordie and Tim up front in the white car. Incredible job by Tim and Gordie, but we've definitely got the pace, so that's reassuring as it is. And we still start third, so it's 2 long races, and that's ideal.
It's going to be a proper race now, isn't it?
Oh, it's going to get racy out there. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be great fun.
I think overall actually quite a good qualifying. I mean, in terms of the championship, okay, Chippy and Richard Wells are in front of us on the grid, but we know that they're going to battle each other, and there's potential for carnage there.
This is going to be a cracking 1 hour race here at Donington.
Okay then mate, so when we go out obviously just warm everything up nice and gently, get it all up to good temperatures and that.
White Praga, Richard Wells on pole, Jimmy Broadbent, and he lead into that first corner at Redgate.
Tyres obviously cooling quite quickly, so just bear that in mind.
Is them waiting for the red lights to go out, and then 1 hour of racing gets underway. Here we go, down towards Redgate. Goes Brendan Terrallis on the inside, and through the middle goes Ben Collins. He'll try and take the lead as they come down. For the first time, we've got a tangle, a couple of cars, there's cars going everywhere. What a mess we've got there. Now who's come through all that in the lead? I'm not sure at the moment. There's cars going absolutely everywhere. Richard Wells is in the gravel. There's another one going backwards. What is going on? Oh no! The 24 of Jem Hepworth's been hit. Oh my goodness, look at that. That's Ben Collins, 85. That's not a Praga, that's a crab going that sideways.
Alex and Richard's car go off from here, and apparently there's quite a few cars go off, so a few of the other Pragas are our cars are. So yeah, into turn 1 as well.
First corner, you see everyone's trying to make up as many places as they can anyway. I think Ben spun or got tagged and then was sliding across the track. So 3 or 4 of us braked, and then the GT stuff behind us, so then he saw it, didn't brake, and drove straight into the back of me and ruined the rear suspension.
I actually thought I avoided the first collision. I was like, yes, I've got past it. And then sadly, another collision happened from the back of my car. Just got hit from sideways, and sadly a lot of damage, meaning I won't be out for race 2 either later on. It's not a very nice way to end the season, but it was unavoidable. There's nothing I could have done.
Meanwhile, the pace car is pulling in. It's time to go racing once again. What's happened to Charlie Martin? She's dropped back. Jimmy Broadbent up the inside, goes past, I think that was Charlie Martin.
He's doing a mega job.
I mean, we'll see if we can keep it clean. I'm pretty sure that I can get the 2 ahead of us. We'll see, but things are looking really, really good at the moment. Fingers crossed.
Skyline sent it up the inside, which kind of put me obviously offline. I lost all momentum, and then obviously everybody else just went through.
There's the 87, Gordie Mutch is now on board that car. Can he and Jimmy Broadbent win here today?
Before I knew it, I had Wells in front of me sideways, and it was either hit him or go onto the gravel. So I went onto the gravel, and now when I came down Praga Curve, I saw Jem on the side of the road, Porsche on the side of the road. It's carnage.
And Gordie Mutch has got past Miles Lacey there coming out of Goddard's.
Oh, Gordie! The boys have taken the lead. He's closed down about 20 seconds in 6 laps.
Okay Gordie, if you can just gap them and then just manage where we are. Bring the car home for race 2, yeah?
What a story this is going to be if Jimmy Broadbent and Gordie Mutch can win this. Miles Lacey in second place, so it's YouTubers 1 and 2. There he is, Gordie Mutch, round Coppice corner for the final time. It's only the Fogarty S's, the Melbourne Loop and Goddard's corner to go. And this car is going to surely now come in for its first win. Celebrations will already be starting. This is going to be our most celebrated win of the season. Wait for the gold car to come into sight. Here it comes. The checkered flag is in sight. Gordie Mutch and Jimmy Broadbent are winners at Donington. That is a very deserved victory. Miles Lacey is going to come in second place. A great effort by him as well.
Well done. Fucking hell, dude. That was scary for a second.
There you go, Mark. Really went and got a podium, didn't we? That was mega. Like, that's exactly what we wanted. Exactly what we wanted. Yeah, we wanted a podium and somehow came away with a win. I've got no idea. Well, I've no idea how to react to it, really, apart from just sit here and smile like an idiot. But it's this lad, absolute weapon over here. Gordie took us from, I think, 20 seconds down to, I don't know, 20 seconds in the lead or something like that. So, yeah, amazing.
To be fair, he'd done the work at the start. Like, you know, that the first corner was just carnage. So, you know, of course, first and foremost, glad everyone got out of that unhurt. Everyone was all right.
It wouldn't turn at all, so Richard kind of limped back to the pits. Couldn't get it into the garage, but once we did, the boys, you know, the team, CW Performance, amazing job. And we managed to get back out in the race, which was amazing. Obviously, in order to be classified in Britcar, you have to do more than half the amount of laps that the leaders did. So we were kind of racing, you know, we were racing that. We were actually racing Gordie, you know, he was out winning the race and we were kind of racing him in here, trying to get the car out in time to do half the amount of laps. Massive effort, incredible to get it out. Unfortunately, we were 2 laps short, so close. So unfortunately, no points for us, we weren't classified at all. We are now P2 at the moment, after this race. We'd need to win and they'd need to come about P6, P7. Still possible, it's a bit of an outside chance, if you know what I mean. So now I think for us it's go out there, try and win the race, beat Jack and Charlie in the P3 car to secure second, and just hope, see what happens to them.
Going into turn 1, the rears were still a bit cold going in there. I think Ben thought he'd collided with me, but I think looking back at the videos now, there was no contact. So we both kind of just pirouetted off together. Luckily, I was able to get pushed back onto the circuit to get going again. From what I can see now that we've switched places, so we're leading the championship. I think it's 16 points or something like that. I roughly worked it out, and we just got to finish the race. I think, you know, I think we've got to still get a decent result, but I think, you know, it's not like going all out to win.
In a sense it went well, in a sense it didn't. Unfortunately a lot of cars are damaged. Cars that we were racing against in the championship are damaged. Were involved in the crash but managed to survive enough to carry on. The leader of the championship is swapped. So we're only 15 points behind the leader and 5 points behind second place, but obviously now we've got one less race. This is the last race to score points and catch up, so to get first is a difficult one. They would have to not finish in the first half an hour of the race essentially for us to win. For me and Charlie, our main focus is doing the best we can and getting out of the car and knowing that, and, you know, believing that you've done the best you can.
Unleashed once again, there's the green flag, and away we go, racing into the night here at Donington Park. Jimmy Broadbent is not hanging about here.
Yeah, we're in 4th at the minute, 20 minutes left. So Chippy and Richard are first, then we've got Tim and Richard Wells, then Gordie, and then us. I don't know, man.
Up the inside, Gordie Mutch attacking 29 now.
Just to P2, again this is from like 15 seconds back.
chucking it out like remote control cars here. And the 87 is through the second as they race into the darkness here at Donington Park. Still 13 minutes of this final to go. There are the leaders, and the 87 has taken the lead. Gordie Mutch is in front. Something clearly amiss with the 29 car. He has lost the headlights. Checkered flag has come out a couple of minutes early, presumably because of the darkness. So that means it's going to be a double win for Jimmy Broadbent and Gordie Mutch. Fabi and Martin are fourth, so we'll have to work out who's taken the Praga Championship.
Well done. Well done, bringing that home.
No, it's fine. Where did we finish, guys? We finished third. It was a good race actually. It's very dark now. Second in the championship, so I think happy. You know, we got the most we could.
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, that race, it was just let's make sure we get second in the championship at least. Hopefully end on another podium, another trophy, just to end the season on a high.
We finished third overall in the championship. It was not too many points behind. You know, it's considering the events of this year. You know, Snetterton accident, Alton Park just being a bit of a shambles. So it's a good end to the season. I'm happy with it. I don't feel like I've left anything on the table. It's the same with Charlie. That's basically what we agreed on. Is that as long as we feel that like we've done everything we can, then so be it. You know, the guys who won the championship had a cracking year. It's a bit of a weird but nice somber feeling that we've got going on here. You know, it's a sigh of relief and a bit of weight off my shoulders.
They're on the limit every lap. They jet on the limit every lap to catch them.
Another win. On everything, mate. Crazy. I don't know. Didn't expect that in this race at all, but just as sweet as the first one. It's yeah. I said 2 wins and feel like they've been done on merit. Feels pretty special. So I'm a happy boy.
You're a racing driver now.
You can decide that.